Welcome to the team. How does it feel to be transferred from marketing to a department? Thank you. A little nervous, but excited. New team, new challenges, right? That's the spirit. First thing, let's get the ball rolling on your onboarding. Ball? Oh, we're doing team sports now? Is it volleyball this time? Oh, you're funny. Let's get started with your tasks. And make sure you touch base with your new manager by the end of the day.
I need to touch him? His face? Where's that?
Okay, so she's a bit slow. Anyway, don't worry, you'll be fine. You just need to hit the ground running, which I'm sure you do just fine. Hit the ground and run! Got it! I'll go grab my running shoes. See, you're going to fit in here just fine.
Oh dear.
Hello and welcome back to the Why Not Academy for another lesson. In today's video, we're going to dive into business English. If you're working in an English-speaking company like Sarah, you often hear certain phrases or expressions that may sound unfamiliar. But don't worry though, by the end of this video, you'll learn key business expressions and be ready to use them like a pro. Let's jump right in. You know, when you want to help out or make a decision, but something is stopping you, that's when we say your hands are tied. It means you can't do anything because of some restriction. For example, I wish I could approve your vacation request, but my hands are tied by company policy. Speaking of things we can't control, sometimes situations are just up in the air. This means things are undecided or uncertain, kind of like when you're waiting for approval or more information. Our project timeline is still up in the air until we get the final budget. Now, let's talk about by the book. This one, it's all about following the rules straightly. Some companies or departments are more relaxed, but others like to do things by the book. They stick to the official procedures. For example, we have to do everything by the book to pass the audit. It's about doing everything exactly how it's supposed to be done. Okay, imagine you've just joined a new team. What's the first thing you have to do? You've got to learn the ropes. This means learning how things work in a new job or situation. For example, it took me a couple of weeks to learn the ropes in my new department. So if you're new to the job or team, don't worry. It's just about getting used to how things are done. Now, once you've learned the ropes, it's super important that everyone is on the same page. This means everyone has the same understanding about something, whether it's a project, a decision, or a plan. Before we move forward, let's make sure everyone's on the same page about the project. No misunderstanding, just smooth teamwork. Now, let's switch gears a little. Have you ever heard of word of mouth? It's when information spreads by people talking to each other, rather than through official channels. It's often how businesses gain new customers, just like people recommending them to friends or colleagues. Our business grew quickly because of word of mouth, not advertisements. It's one of the most powerful ways to get the word out. Now, sometimes in business, you've got to take responsibility and show leadership. That's when we say it's time to step up to the plate. It's like when there's a challenge and you decide to take charge. For example, when the team was struggling, John stepped up to the plate and took control of the situation. It's all about showing you're ready to take on responsibility. And speaking of taking on responsibility, you may sometimes need to build something from the ground up. This phrase means starting something from the very beginning and building it completely. For example, we built this company from the ground up with nothing but an idea and a lot of hard work. It shows that you've built something from scratch. All right, enough small talk. time to get down to business. This phrase means to stop wasting time and start focusing on the important work. It's often said in meetings when people are ready to start discussing serious matters. For example, we've been talking for a while. Let's get down to business and review the project goals. It's like saying, let's focus on what really matters now. When someone joins your team or project, you need to get them up to speed. This means giving them all the necessary information so they can catch up with the rest of the team. For example, we need to get the new hire up to speed on our current project before the deadline. It's all about making sure they know what's happening so they can be productive right away. Now, let's watch this conversation. We need to get down to business and finalize the product launch details. Agreed. But everything is still up in the air. We need approval before moving forward. I would handle it, but my hands are tied until the legal team reviews it. Let's make sure the whole team is on the same page before the meeting tomorrow. Yes, I'll get everyone up to speed. Once we have the go-ahead, it's time to step up to the plate and lead. Exactly. We build this product from the ground up, so we need to do this by the book. And we should use word-of-mouth marketing to boost the launch once we go live. Great idea. Plus, this is a great chance for the new team members to learn the ropes during the campaign. Yes, they can definitely learn a lot from this. Let's finalize everything today and get the project moving. I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far. We've just covered 10 great business expressions, but we're not done yet. I've got 10 more powerful phrases to level up your business English. Let's get back to the lesson. Back to square one. This phrase is used when something doesn't go as planned and you have to start over from the beginning. It's like hitting the reset button on a project. An example? The client rejected our proposal, so it looks like we're back to square one. Now, starting over, it's never fun, but sometimes it's the only option. Next up is pitch in. This means to help out or contribute to something, especially when working as a team. It's about everyone doing their part. For example, if everyone pitches in, we can finish the project ahead of schedule. It's a great way to show teamwork and collaboration. When you stay on top of something, it means you're keeping track of it and making sure everything is under control. It's about being organized and staying aware of what's happening. For example, I need to stay on top of the budget to avoid overspending. It's all about managing things well so nothing slips through the cracks. The next one is pretty straightforward. Keep your eye on the ball. It means to stay focused on the most important task at hand. For example, we need to keep our eye on the ball and not get distracted by minor issues. It's a great reminder to focus on what really matters. Once you're focused, it's time to get the ball rolling. This phrase means to start something, especially a project or activity. For example, let's get the ball rolling on this campaign. Time is ticking. It's all about taking the first step and getting things moving. After you've started, it's important to hit the ground running. This means starting something with a lot of energy and moving forward quickly. We need to hit the ground running once the contract is signed. It's all about taking action right away and making progress from the start. In business, we often look for a win-win situation. This means both sides benefit from the outcome, creating a positive result for everyone. For example, this partnership is a win-win situation. It helps both companies grow. Everybody loves a deal where everyone comes out on top. Whenever we can, we should all strive for a win-win situation in life. When someone asks about a ballpark figure, they want an estimate, not the exact number. It's useful when you're looking for a rough idea. For example, can you give me a ballpark figure for the cost of the project? It's a way to quickly discuss numbers without getting too detailed. If something goes down the drain, it's wasted or lost. This is usually said when things don't go as planned. The efforts or resources are wasted. For example, all our hard work will go down the drain if we don't meet the deadline. It's definitely a phrase you want to avoid hearing. And finally, when you're done with something, you wrap it up. This means to finish or complete a task or project. For example, let's wrap up the project by Friday so we can focus on the next one. It's always a good feeling to finish something strong and move on to the next challenge. Now it's time for another conversation. I got a ballpark number for the costs, and it's within budget. Let's get the ball rolling. Great, we need to stay on top of the negotiations and hit the ground running as soon as we secure the deal. Agreed, everyone will need to pitch in to make sure nothing goes down the drain. Absolutely, if we do this right, it will be a win-win situation for both companies. Let's keep our eye on the ball and make sure we wrap up the project on time. If anything goes wrong, we'll be back to square one, and we can't afford that right now. No worries, we'll stay focused and get it done. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, click subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on IG as well. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.